Good morning, everybody. This thing says I'm live. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. Somebody yell at me if I'm not. Well, that won't help. If you can't hear me, you won't be able to yell at me. Let's see, I'll go over there and get on Discord. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Carl. Oh, damn YouTube. Thing perpetually claims I'm not sending enough video to maintain a smooth stream. And I don't know why. No idea. Stream settings look okay. Everything looks right, but I think I'm still working out the kinks in the computer, the new computer. The other one was doing this sometimes too. Okay, so I moved the adjustment a little while ago. That's why you're seeing a bit of the pendulum swinging stuff with the laser spot. And I think I went a little bit too far. Might have to back it off a little bit. Hello, Golf Foxtrot. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. I see Carl's out there. Vroom is there. No Name. John Stocks in the house. Judy Bassett. Good morning. Golf Foxtrot's out there somewhere. Mark 10. Whole bunch of you. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, I was trying to reset this thing a little better, get zeroed a little bit better. And I think I got slightly carried away. But that's okay. We'll work it out. We got the large masses in a neutral position right now. And again, nothing's changed since we were running this thing a few weeks ago. It still has the tungsten torsion wire in it. But what I did was leave it sitting with the weights in one of the resting positions. So I think we might be running into a situation where we get a little bit of setting in that torsion wire. We'll see how the thing behaves. I saw the stream seem to buffer there a second ago. I don't know what's causing this. Really don't. It's becoming irritating, I know that. All right, let's see. Let me remind myself which way does what with that adjuster. I think it goes backwards. I believe that's what I have to do is get my head turned around the right direction. I want the laser to go to the right. Actually, I want the scale to go to the left, so I want it to rotate a little bit counterclockwise. No, that is counterclockwise. Rotation on the wheel. I get that thing mixed up all the time. So I'm gonna turn it just a little bit, and then we'll move these weights into position. That adjustment is really sensitive. So let's see. Which way do we want to put it? I don't know which way it's moving right now. Maybe I should look at that. Tell you, I think I'll sit for another minute or two and let this thing find a deflection of the laser to the upscale to the right. Let's find out where that top end is before we start doing anything. Glad everybody showed up. Thanks. Appreciate it. 21 people watching. That's great. Elon Musk out there in the chat. Good morning. I think Elon's writing song lyrics for us. And Terry Davies is out there too. Hello, Terry. I meant to mention you a minute ago. Forgot about it. Yeah, so finally we're back up and running again after the computer disaster. I thought it was just the power supply, but it ended up being the hard drive. Most of you already know all this stuff and you've heard it before, but the controller card on that hard drive cooked itself and took the power supply out at the same time. So I don't know. Some computer geek might be able to replace that card and make that drive run again. Chris Durham, good morning. Wie geht's? Yeah, close enough. I can't spell it any better either. My German's pretty limited, Chris. I can order beer and ask where the bathroom is, and that's about it. Guten Tag is good day. That works all the time. You're right. And now all of a sudden the idiotic YouTube says the stream is healthy. I have no idea. Now Judy's just showing off. I have no idea what those words are. Southern Hemisphere Globehead, good morning. Or good evening where you are. We'll make you a moderator. Everybody gets to be a moderator on this channel. That way nobody can pick on anybody. Yes, Chris Durham. Computers are absolutely necessary and a total pain in the butt. I do agree with that. Let's see where what our dots doing. All I have to do is just gently touch the case of Cavendish, and just a little bit of motion up there at the top causes the balance to start swinging back and forth as you see it doing right now. It doesn't affect anything as far as the rotation goes. Just makes it hard to read. If you were actually trying to read that vernier scale, it would be really hard to read. But all it does to the laser is just make it bounce up and down, so no big deal. Although I don't want it doing that when I'm trying to run tracker. Drives tracker crazy when it does it. But so I put the little white circle up there just for reference. That was somewhere close to the extreme on that end. I'll get those circles out of the way when I start actually trying to make any measurement. I don't want that in the field of view. Well, actually, doesn't really make any difference because that's not, obviously that doesn't show on the time lapse. So I guess I could leave them there. Sebastian says, how close did we come? Within about 0.8%, give or take. Hey, hello, Paul, Gravity Guru. We got to fix you up. You're now a moderator. Yeah, you're singing along with the bouncing ball. Very good. Yeah, I got the data all displayed on a video I did. That's been several weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago or something. Pretty close, closer than I thought it would be, but it's about the same range of accuracy that Cavendish got, and I was hoping we could get there. I really didn't have high hopes that it would ever actually happen, but it did. So. Uh, I think it's just simply a testament to the incredible brilliance of Mr. Cavendish and those guys for showing us how to do this. Because I can assure you, without his go by, there's no way in hell I would ever figure this out. And I'm on Discord right now too, so if anybody wants to join in the voice chat, please feel free. Lost your. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can get a link, Carl. Hang on. Okay, let's see if we can. Oops. Figure out which button to push here. There, try that for a link. See if that works. Yeah, no name. I thought so too. Let me look here. I'm scrolling down through all this. You got to be in here somewhere. No, you're not. Well, I'll have to get this fixed. At least I don't see you in the list. Ah, well, there's a... That link I put in the chat ought to work. If it doesn't, type something in the chat here. Oh, I see no name over there. You're muted. Give me a mic check, no name.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Excellent.
Testing.
Yeah, you're good.
Sound okay?
Yeah. Wait a second. I think I got to turn you on in Discord, though. There. Do it one more time. Let me make sure.
Are we not talking to this?
Yeah. Now.
Testing. One.
Yeah, it's working. You hear
Awesome.
me? Hear me? Okay.
Now shut up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You sound great.
Okay. I got. I've got. I had to get back over to OBS and turn that part of it on so the crowd can hear you too. So now they're hearing everybody. Hopefully.
Oh, they weren't missing a thing. I'm just making breakfast.
Attaboy.
You inspired me with your breakfast with Blue. So thought I'd take you literally on that.
Looks like the stream is just up and down, and I don't know why. Got to figure this out at some point. Anamorphic Mind, hello. What's going on? Good to see you. All right, so I think we got all the electronics working about as well as we can get them to work. And it looks like the centering is not too bad, so I'm going to move these weights into the what I call the west position. Means the lead ball on the left is going to move towards us, and the one on the right is going to move away from us in the camera view. And I'll start the time lapse, and we'll get this thing going.
So, question, Blue. Are any of those balls eggs by any chance? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was away from the mic. I was around there moving those balls. Say it again.
Oh, I was just asking for science purposes. Were any of those balls eggs?
Were any of the balls what eggs? What'd you say?
I was asking if any of those balls were eggs.
No.
If you're talking, I can't hear
Uh-oh, sorry.
Just to let you know.
Let's see what's going on. I don't know. Looks like I need to do a little adjusting here in Discord. Let's see, that's all wide open. Let me go to voice settings. And change the sensitivity a little bit. Let's see if maybe that was the wrong direction. Can you hear me in Discord now? No name?
Yes. Yeah. If I didn't have my mic muted, I'm pretty sure I said it about 3 times. But can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay.
Just got to work the kinks
No, I
out.
was just messing with you, asking if any of those balls were eggs. It's the only way to do real science.
Oh yeah, I get the connection now. No, those are genuine lead non-egg type balls made out of
Are they monopole lead balls?
yeah, they're
They only have one magnetic pole.
they're monopoles, exactly.
Monopole, yeah, that's very important. The contabulator or encabulator 9000. Gotta
Yeah,
have
well,
that. With a Canooter valve.
Yeah, they were bipolar, but then I included the prefamulated amulite inserts, and that fixed them.
Oh, sounds like you've got your bases covered. Now, how much salt water are you using in this so-called experiment?
Yeah, really.
Because the salt vector, I mean, that's the key, isn't it? I mean, once we figure out the salt vector, I don't know, maybe it's just the density vector, and salt vector is just a new term for it. I don't know. Density vector has a more scientific sound to it. But I could never get my density vector research project off the ground. Damn gravity.
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on the laser right now. I'll set my little timer. The oscillation period is really close to 8 minutes. Just slightly over 8 minutes.
Is it at least an egg timer?
So I've got, yeah, it is actually an egg timer.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
Yeah.
Science.
So I want to catch this thing right at the extreme point, so that I can start keeping track of the time of this silly thing. That's where my little circles come in handy. I can stick those around the red dot and tell whether it's moving or which way it's moving. I think we are very close to the extreme point right there. I'm going to say it is and start the timer. That's at 10:30. Hey, that's wonderful. A nice round number for a change. 10:30, and it was about 259 millimeters. Now in 8 minutes, it'll be down at the bottom again.
It's like magic.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
You're a wizard. Mm-hmm.
Absolute magic. You working the night shift these days?
Unfortunately, yeah. Just got off a couple hours ago, and now it's decompress time. Literally and figuratively, I have to decompress my back today. That's always fun.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah. It's all that intelligent design that went into creating me, gave me this amazing spinal architecture that's really designed for a quadruped. It's like you just took a bunch of spare parts off the shelf and said, I'm going to give you the wrong spine and the wrong hips to be, bipedal. Fun times.
Well, all I do every day is just try to guess before I move when I wake up what part is going to hurt the worst. So.
Oh yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah. When I hear words like intelligent design, I just want to smack somebody. It wasn't very damn intelligent in my opinion.
Well, I mean, if you define intelligence by, taking the path of absolute least resistance, which is how my lazy ass has always defined it, work smarter, not harder, I always say, then God is a damn genius, right? I mean, like, he's got all the parts on the shelf,
yeah,
right? And he just cobbles us together out of those spare parts. He didn't have to really come up with much anything new or different. So, I mean, what, some extra frontal cortex? I mean, wow, big deal. That's like putting a blower on a 350. Like, you didn't really invent anything new,
Yeah, it's what you're saying, frighteningly enough, actually makes sense.
I try to make compelling arguments for things that I don't actually think. I guess that does kind of make me a Poe, but I usually do it usually with enough sarcasm to make it abundantly clear that I don't actually hold that stance. It's just that sometimes my delivery may be a little deadpan or too on the money, right? Like there are times where I'll make some off-the-cuff flirt argument and somebody will say, whoa, that sounded just like so-and-so. And I'm like, it's a little easy dogma to pick up here and there, right? We see too far, shit like that,
Oh, yeah. I'm getting pretty
Although
good
I found that the most unassailable argument seems to be nuh. So I'm just going to start using that from now on.
Well,
I'm just going to go straight to nuh.
That's the most frequent used. And the basis for all of their arguments, basically, is nuh-uh.
Exactly. I mean, and why pussyfoot around it? You know you're going to get to nuh-uh eventually, right?
Yeah.
Let's just make it nuh-uh rocket tag, right? Like, whoever says no first wins, right? That's rocket tag. So I'm just going to start every conversation with a flirt with nuh-uh, I win. And, I mean, there you go. Everything from there is just, detail.
You know what I've thought about doing, just to save everybody some time, because I know their arguments so well, and I know what our preferred responses are so well. I think we ought to just list them and number them, and that way we don't have to say all that shit. You can just yell out a number, you know.
Oh yeah, kind of like reverse flirt bingo.
Yeah, exactly. When the flirts want to say gravity's instead of saying gravity's not a force, just scream 27. Okay. And then we can have
I like that.
And we can have our list of preferred. These arguments could be cut down to just a matter of a few minutes, and then somebody can get pissed off and rage quit. You know, I see a big advantage in all that.
How about we just create a soundboard with you explaining shit, right? And then instead of you having to get all, talky during Jose's show or something, like while you're doing something, you can just click a button and everything that you want to say to Brain Leak or Dipshit or Captain Hammerballs or whoever happens to be flapping their gums at the time, you don't even have to worry about getting triggered or bent out of shape by them trying to talk over you, because it's just a soundboard, man. You're not even talking.
Exactly. Judy's got it going. 42. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna work on that. I think I might make this a soundboard with explanations for shit, and that way I don't have to speak to him anymore. I can just click a button.
Exactly. It's a hell of an idea. Think about it.
Ooh, what if I did like a project where I had each content creator contribute something for the soundboard? That way, whatever show I'm on, I can always just, there's Fluke, there's Simon Dan explaining it, here's MC Toonin explaining it, shit like that. I think that'd be fun.
Conversations would be just about as interesting that way as they are this way. That's for sure.
A whole lot less effort on our part, though. Like, they go through all the effort memorizing their prayers or whatever. That's what it sounds like Dipshit's doing when he's talking. Like, he's in his, preachy mood when he starts saying the supposed convexity of terra firma a lot. Like, if he says that 2 or 3 times, I mean, you're on loop anyway. You might as well just hit the soundboard at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Let the soundboard talk, or just yell 13 and go back to have a decent conversation about something.
I'm with Joe Kovacs, 33. I think that would screw up 33 UC or whatever his name is. I think that would just mess with his head.
Shout out to Fudd Mutton and Feral Cat. Hads is out there. Joe Kovacs, 33. Got it.
Yeah, he does, Carl. His website is a treasure trove. I keep that one hyperlinked.
And Mr. Exit says they only need one button, just the one that says nuh-uh.
They also need an incredulous laugh.
Oh, the chemo giggle?
Or a nervous laugh, or a nervous giggle. Like, there can be the nervous giggle or the incredulous laugh. Either one. It's fine.
Yeah, you need the chemo giggle, that's for sure.
Duh.
That's by far the most irritating one.
Is he the most irritating to you? Or is it his laugh?
His laughter, his giggle. That one is, the chemo's got the winner on that, I think.
I'd have to subject myself to like a side-by-side comparison with him and Captain Hammerballs. Because to me, when he does that fake little nervous laugh he does when he's trying to avoid answering a question, which is
Who?
every time, it just makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck.
Which
Like
one? Who are you talking about?
Nathan Thompson. I call him Captain Hammerball.
Oh, yeah, okay, Hammerball, got you.
Yeah.
He is such an idiot. Oh,
I mean, at Mr. X's, isn't that what it already is? I mean, how many flat Earth debates can you sit through and hear the same 2 or 3 arguments every time?
Bunny Killer's right. The Pratt
Which, I mean-
laugh, that's pretty spooky, too.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's like Muttley.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not as irritating to me as Chemo's. You may be right. I have to. That's actually why I left Jim's server, was because of Chemo's sorry ass, and I got tired of it one day. I was like, no, enough is enough. I don't know. I'm not enough of a masochist to put up with this anymore.
Well, AT2 Productions, good morning. What's going on, Jared? Goat Earth, welcome. We gotta fix you. You gotta be a moderator. Okay, you're done.
Yeah, we can't have it naked goat running around in the chat.
I left Jim's server for a few days and went back, but then, I don't know, now I'm starting to rethink that decision. I may just go for good this time. Well, when I found out
I only
Chemo,
jumped back in the other day because
I found out that they somehow or the other they gave that friggin' Witsit the mod status, and that pisses me off.
I mean, he's always been a mod as far as I'm aware.
I didn't know that. What a clown. Chemo muted me for over talking Witsit for about 10 seconds. And it's the only thing I had said for 2 hours. And as if Witsit doesn't overtalk everybody, my God.
Yeah. What gets me is he gets all bent out of shape when you interrupt him, and all he's doing is parodying the same shit he said 5 minutes ago or for the last 5 minutes.
That's his that's the strategy he uses. Anything he can find to whine about, because he's got his brain is separated in such a way that he can just turn on the whining mode, and that's what comes out of his mouth while it gives him time to think about what bullshit he wants to throw at you next. It's just a delay tactic.
Yeah. He learned that from Travis.
Yeah.
Or, like, as I like to say, Travis called the wambulance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you guys picking on me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty whiny, that's for sure. So let's see where we go this time.
I don't actually know what he looks like, but I imagine him to look a lot like Arrested Development and Mr. Show.
You don't know who looks like. Travis?
Travis. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen his face.
No, he used to put his face on his channel all the time when he was doing his live streams, and 6 people would
Oh, that would
show up.
explain why I've never seen his face.
Yeah. Yeah, he would get upwards of.
I've been on one stream of Travis's and I lost my shit. He kept dodging the question about whose picture was that? Slide 22.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember whose it was. It was the Cats. Pizza's done.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, had to take a break doing science here. 10:46. And now we're at 250. Well, say at about 257, I think. Okay, 8 more minutes we can talk. Sorry about all the racket in the background. That's the air conditioner. Not much I can do about it. Well, let me see if I
Yeah,
can.
I've got mine running too. It's staying humid.
I gotta see if I can make it stop rattling. Hang on a second.
Oh, you gotta hit it. Hit it real hard. That usually does it for me. As a mechanic, I can recommend that. It's an advanced procedure, but I'm pretty sure you've got the experience on me.
It's just a little window unit that I've got windows in the front of the garage, and fortunately I've got some really tall shrubs out there in front that hide the thing, so I've got it tucked in, in the window, hidden from the view of the street. But the little plastic deflector gizmo up there vibrates and raises hell, so that's what a lot of the racket you hear in the background. It doesn't look like it's all that bad right now. I'm sure everybody can hear it, but looking at the audio on the OBS, it looks like my voice is a lot stronger than it is, so that's all I care about.
Yeah, it doesn't seem bad to me. Of course, I've got fans blowing in the background myself, so that's annoying. I can mute myself.
Varun says, I believe the name for that is percussive maintenance. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I graduated from the Mr. T. B.A. Baracus School of How to Fix Shit. And generally involves a good hammer blow from my fist. If that doesn't work, well, I know where I keep my hammers. So those robots learn to fear me. They see me coming, they start acting right. That's all I know.
Well, it's a little bit like talking to the Flurfs, they remind me of old tube-type televisions back in the day. Sometimes the only way to get the thing to get the picture is just give it a good smack.
Well, they're just like my machines, garbage in, garbage out. And my machines, they're pretty much unitaskers, so just like a Flurf, one-track mind, and it doesn't take much to deviate them off course. So, much like a platform.
Yeah, I hear that. There's a link to the Discord. Anybody else that wants to join, feel free. I guess that's the one you used, No Name, so it should be working.
Oh, I tried it out after I was already in there. I was already in your Discord. So.
Okay.
I lost like 15 or so not too long ago. Like I was going through my list and I had I know a bunch missing. I can't remember which ones I'm missing. Must mean I didn't go in there a lot, but still.
Yep. Ads went through the list.
Yeah, you read what ad says.
Yeah, you see what he wrote?
You left out smushification ads. That's a very important part of floptics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's the all-important converge, merge, and disappear part too.
Yeah.
Because we know that's what happens. I mean,
we all know.
Everything converges,
We
merges,
all
and
know
disappears.
that we don't know anything about life.
One of the best understood things on the damn planet, but we don't know anything about it.
Man, I don't know how we looked up and made movies and stuff, right? Or glasses, telescopes, binoculars, microscopes. I mean, we got incredibly lucky, apparently, not knowing anything about optics or light. Just trial and error, I guess.
I guess.
Just chalk it up to no one really knows. Trial and error. The fourth way.
The Brian Leakey approach to science. Just go to the store and get a whole bunch of shit and start throwing it together and see if something happens.
Now, Blue. I got about 14 miles of fishing line now. I mean, now I don't work. Don't I got 14 miles of fishing line. That's not important right now. All I'm saying is, Blue, I mean, you gotta concede. You can still agree with me, but that's a lot of damn fishing line.
No. You gotta humble yourself. Just humble yourself just once.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna.
Just humble yourself.
I'm gonna
just
nail
once.
it one of these. I think it was way too articulate. Was the problem?
Looks like our oscillation is damping itself out pretty nicely. And that's what I wanted to see. Whoop. Eggs are done. Yeah, it's amazing how well the Cavendish method of analyzing these resting points actually is. I've tried it on a whole bunch of different, I did it all the way through most of those tests. He takes...
And Blue, I mean, isn't that really just ultimately a reification fallacy? I mean, your conclusion is in your premise. You're starting out with, there must be gravity, let's measure gravity. That just sounds very circular to me. And then you invent math, and then you invent a machine based on that math, and gasp.
Well, of
you
course.
get the results
Of course.
that you were expecting. I don't know, man. Seems fishy. Seems a little sus. Hashtag there's a flag. Right? Right?
Yeah.
The
I'm
math
still
checks.
I'm still trying to find a hypothesis that isn't a presupposition. I haven't been able to find one yet.
Yeah, and that's why science is basically a religion. I mean, you said it yourself.
Got to
It's
presuppose.
easy, Blue. Just embrace it. Just come over to the dark side. We have cookies. And milk, not juice, like they do at terrible church functions where you show up and it's like Kool-Aid and Oreos. You gonna dunk your Oreos in Kool-Aid? Sounds disgusting. Why?
Why in the hell would you do that? I'm just weird. I never did like Kool-Aid.
Southern Hemisphere Globehead is working on the analemma. When I first read that, though, my eyes kind of focused on the first part of that word, so I wasn't sure exactly where you were going with it, and then I went, hey. I mean, I like Kool-Aid as much as the next guy, but, I mean, not with Oreos.
Hell no.
It's not a good pairing. Like, who does that?
Oreos go with sweet milk. Everybody knows that.
Right. Duh.
Yeah, duh. Come on. Heathens.
Oh, my God. I was dating this northern girl for a little while back in college, and she picked up a bottle of buttermilk by accident. She read it and thought butter and milk, it would taste like
Butter and milk.
buttery milk, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, I guess. Right.
Yeah. So she was
That didn't work out too well, did
she was
it?
about as surprised by that as I was the first time I took a bite out of baker's chocolate. And all the fun went out of my life. Years later, I saw those Dementors in Harry Potter and said, they could have saved $1 billion on special effects if they just had those kids bite into a piece of baker's chocolate. The fun would just go right out of their life. You'd see it drain out of their face completely.
Yeah. William Hanna says the flat earthers can't even explain. They can't explain anything, William. Nothing.
That's not fair, Blue. Now, you have sat through just as many episodes of, maybe more, because I've been so busy, I've missed a lot of them. But you've sat through a bunch of episodes of Lindsay explaining shit. So don't say that they can't explain a sunrise and a sunset. That explanation might not make any sense.
Well, okay.
It might not jive with reality in one bit. But by God, Lindsay will explain it.
I do stand
Using
correct.
his
Yeah,
whiteboard and
to
dry
that
erase
extent,
markers.
yeah. You got the Lindsays out there that will come up with some cockamamie explanation for something or the other. Who knows what? That is true. The one part they always do get right though, and it's about the first three words of most of their sentences. We don't know. And to that point, they're correct. We don't know what the sun is. We don't know what the moon is. We don't know what the atmosphere is. We don't know. They're right. Through three words of every sentence, they're correct. We don't know. Yeah, I agree. They don't know. 100%.
I triggered Slick James over in Jose's Discord one day when he started the sentence with, I don't think. And I said, okay, that's enough. Stop right there. That's the first thing I've agreed with you about today. And he lost his damn mind. I mean, if he could have reached through the computer and strangled me to death or eaten my ass, I don't know. He was all about eating my ass for some weird reason. Which is cool, I guess. I mean, I'm just not down with it, man. That's not my thing. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's not my thing.
Anybody know what happened to Slick
You
James?
see?
Where did he? Where?
No, I'm imagining prison.
I'm thinking parole violation.
What's that?
I said I'm thinking parole violation or something like that. I can't imagine him keeping his big
I
mouth
think
shut this long.
one day I asked him if he talked like that to people on the street, and he said, yeah, he did. And I was like, well, you're not long for the free life with an attitude like that, and mouth off to the wrong person, and you might get popped. Who knows? So I hope he's just in jail and not like in the hospital or something. If everybody knows what happened to Slick James.
Yeah, if you know anything about Slick James, put it in the chat or come in, drop in, and tell us about it. Because I have wondered lately whatever happened to him. He was everywhere for so long, and then all of a sudden he just went away.
He tried to rehabilitate. Oh, excuse me. He tried to rehabilitate his image by being a moderator for a couple of debates over at Sean G's.
Yeah.
And by virtue of the fact that he wasn't a complete and total douchebag, everybody went, "Wow, Slick, you're a halfway decent guy when you want to be." And 30 seconds later, it was, no, we're going to talk about what I want to talk about now. Okay. I mean, then it became the Slick Show again.
Always.
He was just back to being a dickhead. So. I am curious, though, if you ever dropped the whole I don't believe in things shtick. That seems to be the most indefensible argument I've ever heard.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the simple fact of saying I don't believe is believing in something, is it not? You believe that you don't believe.
Well, I mean, as far as I understand, I mean, having an opinion on something was enough to qualify as a belief.
Yeah.
I was like, do you prefer vanilla ice cream over chocolate ice cream? And he wouldn't answer the damn question because he knew if he cited a preference for something, I definitionally had it, right? Like I had found a definition of belief that included things like preferences and opinions. And I was like, are you saying you don't even have that? And he ran away. So.
Oh, yeah. Got 28 people out there watching. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Appreciate it. Most excellent.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys had the opportunity to be converted over to the flat side. You're welcome. Just embrace the suck. Just embrace it. All you have to do is say no. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's so easy. It's like giving your brain a vacation.
No, bunny killer. Buttermilk's good. I like buttermilk. Not all the time, but once in a while.
I like it in very limited applications, like cornbread, biscuits.
Yeah.
As a liquid ingredient, not as I dunked them in it or anything. I don't know. I always thought it tasted kind of foul myself, but I'm a weird Southerner in that I don't like tea either. Like I cannot stand the taste of tea.
I don't like sweet tea.
I don't like any kind of tea.
I'll drink tea with lemon, and I like that, but I don't like sweet tea. I grew up drinking sweet tea
How blue.
like everybody in the South does, and it wasn't sweet tea. Actually, it was just sort of syrup made with tea. Hell, it was
Yeah,
mostly
mostly
sugar. The
sugar.
way, yeah. And Mrs. Blue still loves sweet tea. She loves her sweet tea. I can't stand it. I get a mouthful of that, and I've got to spit it out. I'm not swallowing that nasty mess.
At Cracker Barrel, back when I was in college, I waited tables, and we'd have rotating shift work, side work. Um, so one night I got tea duty, and so I'm over there, mixing up the. We had these big urns that we filled up with sugar, literally just big, like pitchers that you would deliver the tea in.
Yeah.
There'd be like two of those for those big, gigantic sweet tea urns. Well, one day I got interrupted while I was filling the tea, and I couldn't remember if I had already done one or two. And so I put another, pitcher in. And that shit was like rocket fuel. I mean, make your eyes bug out. I mean, it was liquid crack, man. It had so much sugar in it. Oh my God. Oh, people loved it though. I didn't get any complaints. Not one. 3 pitchers of sugar.
Oh yeah.
Not one complaint.
I doubt you could make it too sweet for my wife, honestly.
And great.
She loves it.
Yeah, I got a sister-in-law who's like that with salt. The first time I saw her seasoning her food, I mean, it was like a train wreck. I'm sitting there watching just surprise and then shock and then horror as she just continued to dump salt on her food.
I've seen.
And I was like,
yeah, I
like
knew.
little food with your salt.
I knew a guy like that. You'd go out to. I worked with him, and I dreaded going on business trips with this clown, especially if we had to take a client out to dinner or something like that, because invariably he would buy a very nice, expensive steak, and then proceed to turn it absolutely snow white with all the salt he dumped on top of the damn thing. I'd be like, God, man. And everybody at the table would be, oh, geez. Why are you doing that? I use seasonings. Everybody does, but I mean, geez, use a little moderation, please.
Moderation.
Yeah.
Is that a Paul Newman blend?
Yeah.
Giada, whatever, Giada.
Right.
Or a barefoot Contessa. Oh man. I swear to God, when I hang out with my mom, that's all we do is watch the Food Channel. I'm like, Mom, you don't cook. You eat nothing but, lean cuisines, yogurt, and Atkins shakes. Why do you watch the Food Channel? This makes
Well, you never know.
murder mysteries. And then she gets all paranoid and wonders why.
You just never know.
Every time a branch snaps in the backyard,
Yeah, but you never know. The day may come you may want to cook something, and then, you need to know how. At least if you've been watching, you got some clue, I guess.
You know the expression, so-and-so's forgotten more about X subject than you'll ever learn in your life?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my mom is just the first part of that sentence. She's forgotten more about cooking, and that's it. That sentence ends right there. I remember, I've got a little sister who's like 20 years younger, right? Like I was in college when she was born, and hearing the stories from her growing up and my brothers growing up, it's like she was raised by a different family, right? Like, what do you mean you didn't learn how to cook? Or what do you mean mom didn't cook? Or what? What? This sounds like you were adopted and raised by people with the same names. Like, coincidentally enough. But those aren't my parents. I mean, it's like once all the boys left the house, they were like, huh, we'll just order from Schwann's all the time. And that's what they did. It's like my mom completely forgot how to cook. So, sad, dude. She used to be a dab hand in the kitchen.
Yeah, my.
Oh, mean pies, Carl. Oh, those are my jam. Those are Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. I can eat my weight in oatmeal cream pies and moon pies.
Connected
Southern
for a
Hemisphere,
minute.
you lucky dog, you.
So hopefully it's going to reconnect. Sorry about that. Something happened. OBS.
Can you guys hear us
decided.
in the YouTubes?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know what the delay is for the chat, so I don't know if they can hear us or not.
OBS disconnected for a second for some reason. I don't know why. Still got a few bugs to work out with this machine, I think. So it probably, I'm sure it buffered on you guys for just a minute.
Okay,
But
they're saying
okay.
they're saying they can hear us. It was just a second.
OBS will drop like that from time to time. But I'm watching it.
Oh, my Discord does it all the time. I mean, I get so much lag in it.
I'm trying to keep an eye on it over here on YouTube Studio. Right now it says we've got a good connection. And as quickly as I said that, it now tells me I've got a poor connection. So, what the hell ever. Let's see what OBS says it's dropped so far. Oh, great. No dropped frames according to OBS. Lying bastard. Meanwhile, the damped oscillation continues to do what it should do. Let's just see right now what we think it would be. We had a 200 and a 207. That's 203 and a half, and average that with 255. And that's 229. .25. We'll see. I'm just gonna play the Cavendish game for a bit, but this will all get analyzed with Tracker.
Now imagine turning your Cavendish device into a pinball machine. Wouldn't that be neat?
Wow.
I wonder who we know that could actually do something like that. Crashes. I bet. Well, I say crashes. I wonder if crashes can do something.
Pinball machine? I don't know.
Hey, speaking of crashes, have you talked to him or Nicole lately? How they doing?
I have not. I've seen him in Jim's server a time or two, I think.
Yeah. What about unpaid shields?
I haven't heard anything
I
out
haven't
of
seen
him.
him in like a year.
No, it's been a long time. I don't have a good feeling about it. I don't know anybody that really knew him.
I got the impression Hannah did, but I don't see her very much anymore either.
Nope.
Nope.
It's been it has been a long time since I saw unpaid shields.
And he had taken a pretty decent break before that. Like he'd kind of dropped out for about 6 months and then just showed up on a hangout one day, kicked it for a minute, and then took off, and I haven't seen him since.
He had an awful lot of health issues.
Right.
Oh, data taking. How boring. Not a whole lot to do other than write little numbers down. But this is what goes on.
Wait a minute, Luke. Are you telling me that Hollywood's depiction of how science is done, where there's a lot of like lightning arcs and electricity and explosions, basically directed by Michael Bay, is not an accurate portrayal of how science is done?
That is exactly what I'm telling you.
You take that back, sir.
No, I will not.
You take that back.
No, I will not.
But I have seen Armageddon. Billy Bob Thornton taught me all about how to do science.
Oh, hell. doing stuff like this is simply hours and hours of sheer boredom, punctuated by the occasional pee break. That's about it.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I remember when I was a kid going out to Moundville and working on that dig site out there. And I was super excited, man. When I was a kid, I wanted to be Indiana Jones when I grew up. And because I thought that's how archaeology was done. And then I go to a dig, and it's basically you're just laying on your stomach, cleaning things with a toothbrush for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, you're doing a less fun job, like carrying buckets of dirt, sifting buckets of dirt. Literally, it's just an excuse for grown-ups to play in the dirt. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it's just not for everybody. I like air conditioning.
Well, if you do this stuff long enough, you'll find out that at the start of the shift, the very last thing you want to have happen is something really exciting, because invariably, when you're running tests like this, if anything exciting actually does happen, it's not going to be good. Either something caught fire, something blew up, or somebody got hurt somehow or the other.
Oh man, you should rig up some kind of like phony, explosions, or get one of those Tesla coils or something set up in the lab in the garage, and make it look like, aha, I've done science. See, it looks sciencey. There's an explosion. You'll get better ratings that way. Nobody wants to watch real science.
Well, you do have a point.
It's funny. I remember
a little drama involved here.
Years ago, having the NASA channel on my cable, or maybe even my satellite dish. I don't remember. I was flipping through the channels one day, and I was like, NASA, and it's literally just the boringest thing you've ever seen. If you're not, if you're jaded, but it's still neat to watch the Earth creep along below you at a very, very slow speed for a little while, but it gets boring real quickly, right? And so I guess NASA just didn't have enough ratings, because I don't see that channel around anymore. And I find it ironic that now would be the perfect time to have that NASA, for the flat Earth.
Yeah, but all they'll do is bitch about the drops in the video feed.
Or the fact that there's not a dude with a camera filming the camera that's filming the Earth below, or another guy behind him.
Yeah, but
this chain of...
Right. Why can't we have a split screen with one camera looking at in front and one camera looking behind? But wait, we could have 4 screens. We could be looking front, back, left, right. Why don't we have all that? What do you mean the video dropped out? God damn.
Great question.
You guys are NASA. You mean you can't make the video not drop out? Look, goofballs, I'm sitting in my garage and I can't make the video not drop out.
I am equally as bad at maintaining a video feed as NASA, and they have a much bigger budget. Yeah. I'm with you.
So anybody that's watching along, okay, you'll notice as I get close to one of these extreme points, and we're about 55 seconds away from this one, I'll start moving the little circles just to keep track of where the laser dot is. And this is how I was collecting all the data pretty much through the first, what did I do, 28 tests or whatever. And collecting all the data manually this way, which I thought was the fairest way of doing it to more or less simulate what Cavendish did. And I didn't shoot these time lapses all that often. But in this test series, this is more just for display and documentation than actual data collection, because I do have time lapse running. And I'll use software to analyze it. But old Henry didn't have that ability. We could be reading this stuff right off that vernier scale, just like Cavendish did. And I did that on one complete test, and analyzed the data that way. And boy, is that torturous. I can't imagine that guy did 29 of these tests looking through a damn telescope. And he didn't even have an egg timer.
Oh, yeah. Or bucket of salt water, sand, apparently. Can you imagine what Cavendish could have done with modern computers? Like, if you could fast forward him to our time, give him a quick, breakdown of, I don't know, modern science and computers, and then say, go. What would he do?
Yeah, just
or nuke somebody like that. Like,
imagine how amazed he would be if he could see the stuff we've got nowadays. Hey, the Elmigs showed up. What's going on? Hey, Fud Mutton. Says poor Cavendish didn't even have electricity.
hey, Elmigs.
Yeah, I fixed the problem, Elmigs. I got another computer. Let's see, what are you guys sharing links to? I'll put the Discord link back out there again. Let me see where the counter is on this camera. We are on frame 431, so we've shot 200 frames so far. And I need to shoot about another 100 before I move these things, which will be, I think decent. Should see a pretty nice damped oscillation from that we can analyze. So did you suffer through the video on the Cavendish math?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I did. Very informative. Explained quite a few aspects that I hadn't been familiar with.
Hello, Larry. How are you?
Hanging in there. No, I that was a very good. I mean, you discussed the documented experiment, not so much your own. I mean, it was just like what he did.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, was talk about what he did.
Yeah, it was very clear. You know, the horizontal pendulum aspect and how it equates to the clock pendulum. You know, is a bit of clarity that few put those two together.
Walter Bislin put an excellent comment in the comment section, and I pinned it so you can go have a look too at what he went through, and that even helps clear things up beyond the little bit I was able to do. It's not a hard concept though. When you think about what he was really up to. I'm getting a little preoccupied here because I'm moving my little circles around on the OBS screen so we can keep track of these oscillations. But when you think about it, if you can measure the attraction that this big lead ball has on the little ball, we already know what kind of attraction the Earth has on that little ball. And now, knowing Newton's equations, you can figure out what G is from that. So it's not really that mysterious a process, but it took one clever guy to come up with that. Once he shows you how to do it, it's not that hard.
And Cavendish didn't have an expectation of success. It was an experiment with an unknown. When in your construction, you were burdened with knowing it works.
Yeah, that's the problem. I already know the answer.
Well, being burdened with knowing it works, without a doubt. I mean, anytime you run into that in all kinds of measurement science, where if you have a very high expectation and you have a noisy data set, you pick the parts you like. But you have a very clean data set, and his data set was probably not nearly as clean because he's just reading the small scale and writing down as opposed to the infinite series of time lapse.
Yeah. I've got all the advantages he didn't have.
Yeah, you magnify the scale by a factor of 10.
Yeah,
He had a scale of 1.
that helps. And it just about is that. Let's see. Actually, I've got about 5 times because of the way the markings on the scale worked out. I've got about 5 times as much. Is that right? Yeah, he'd see about on his tests he would see about a total of 6 scale divisions of movement, where I'm seeing 30.
I was just thinking about the couple inch scale versus the meter long scale.
Yeah.
The distance between increments.
Is that GPS like my Jeeps, or is it just a coincidental name?
No, it's a name I've had for a very, very long time because where I worked, I was in charge of our GPS equipment in land surveying.
Oh, okay. I say a buddy of mine, a YouTube chat mate, just goes by GPS, and I thought maybe you or he. But sorry about that. You can understand the confusion.
I've had that name so long, everybody laughs at it because it's an America Online name.
Oh wow, yeah, that's been a while.
And
Hey, Terry.
huh?
Oh, I just noticed Terry showed up.
Yeah.
Stuck in the back door, Blue. You left the back door open.
Yeah, I do that. I knew you'd be here eventually.
You do that enough, and those British rednecks will come creeping in. Because we all know Australia is.
Have you made any changes, or is this just a repeat?
No, I'm just repeating it now. But I'm going to do this test series all with time lapse and not just pulling, manually pulling stuff off the either the YouTube video or computer copy of it or whatever, because I want to do the analysis using a tracker in this series. And let's see if we can get things a little tighter.
Have you made any more accurate weight measurements?
No, not yet.
Is it just me, or does Larry get real quiet
He does.
all of a sudden?
Yeah, he got quiet right then.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Still kind of low
A little low.
compared to what you were before.
You could still crank it up some, Larry. I've got you wide open on the Discord.
Well, I got you at 100. I got you at 175 on my end in Discord.
I can't get my Discord to do
That
that.
could just be me.
Yeah, right click on the name and use the volume, slide it up.
Yeah, my volume only goes to 100.
That's weird.
Well, actually, it doesn't even have numbers on it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I got it 174.
Wish I could. That'd be handy.
Because in user settings in sound and video, or voice video, there's an input volume, output volume, and 100%'s halfway for output, and input's 99%. I've got 99% for input.
User settings,
That's in the voice settings.
sound.
Maybe because I'm using banana. Maybe. Don't know.
Is it a giant inflatable banana called Dr. Peel?
Okay, well, let's see what happens.
Any better?
No, not really.
No.
If I've got you at 175% and you're better, I'd go, headphone warning. Because I got no name at 95. And
Yeah, you might want to turn me down a little bit there.
Yeah, okay, I'll turn you down to 0.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I get a little rowdy. I get a little loud.
What was that? Did somebody say something?
Ow.
Sorry,
That beep should definitely come with a headphone warning.
sorry.
No, not that loud on my end.
I still love you. You're only a boy, but I still love you.
Oh, the red circle moved.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just keeping track of it that way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, keep it
Makes it
setting it
easy.
for the extremes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes it easy for me. It's in the way if you try to use tracker, but I'm not worried about it anymore because I've got the camera sitting over here making time lapse.
Is the white dot set for the extreme to the other way?
Yeah. And you'll see each time I'm moving each time they're getting a little closer together. That's that damped oscillation as it slowly tries to find the resting point.
Blue, you've got a naked lady out in your chat.
Huh?
You got a naked person.
Who?
Meredith Perk. Meredith Perk.
Meredith Perk.
Yeah, I meant to shout out Meredith. I think, yeah, I fixed her. Or him. Excuse me, I'm not sure. Meredith could be either one. I fixed that,
It's an excellent
but
point.
it won't show up until you get another comment.
Retype a comment, Meredith, and you should come up.
Yeah, you should be blue now, Meredith.
And down the bottom next to your name, you should get a spanner next to your name as well at the same time. The time YouTube decides to do it, kicks in.
And if you're American and speak American,
I'm a he.
then you can
Okay.
have a wrench.
Okay, Meredith is a he. Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
good to
That's
know.
just like off Stargate. Rodney Meredith, the last name was McKay. That's it. And Mayor was the short that his sister used to call him. How so, Carl?
Hey, and we got a Tusk in the chat. What's up, Tusk?
Yeah, no sooner I finished my show, Blue, and you had to come and do yours. I'm looking in the side chat here, and I went, "Oh, is that where everyone went?" They must have had you ready.
Sorry.
No, I was finishing up anyway. I started a bit late.
But you ended early to make up for it, so worked out.
Well, 3 and a bit hours, I think I ended up doing. And
Jay, it just
somebody,
cracks me up because when I first started hanging out with you, you do these epic 12-hour long hangouts. You know, I'd fall asleep during a hangout, wake up, the hangout would still be going on. I'd go to work, the hangout would still be going on.
Yeah, that was the good old days. Yeah, I haven't done one of them for a while. Well, the only reason I haven't done one for a while is because I bloody keep getting strikes every year.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh, this time I do. Last time I did, I don't.
I don't know. You just seem to be so careful about using copyrighted music or material that it just surprises me that you ever get a copyright strike.
Yeah, well, both times were videos that I didn't play, and the last time was videos that I did play, but I was being careful. And the individual that owned the YouTube channel, sent me a nice letter in the emails. Say, could you sort this out? You know, blah blah blah. You've got a couple of weeks, whatever, to do it. And I didn't check my email, did I?
Oh no!
Pays you to check your emails more regular.
Yeah, I just got done wiring $38 million into my checking account from this Nigerian guy, and if I hadn't checked my email, I'd have missed out on a golden opportunity. Just say it.
Don't forget to use code though for the emails. So
What's that?
I said, don't forget to use code words in the emails when you're corresponding with them.
Code words. Wow, this guy's
Oh,
a prince, man. Like he's like super legit. What are you talking about?
We were just watching a video over on my channel with it. Is it still over there? Or did we
I don't know.
delete it? I'm looking. Looking. Oh, Sheepy was sharing something. Yeah, I think he shared it. Why didn't he paste the who it was from? Oh, I think I've made a friend.
Who's that?
Bev.
Oh, he's on. Oh, why does he have such a hard time saying T?
I don't
Like I don't
know.
get it.
I don't know.
It makes me think of that movie Clueless or Valley Girl. I don't know if you've ever seen either one of those with that real Valley
Clueless.
Girl life.
I think I've seen Clueless.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Reese Witherspoon?
No, it was Reese without her spoon, but it was Sarah Silverman. No, shit. What was her name?
Or am I
Not
thinking
Sarah
of the other
Silverman.
one with Reese with whatever her name is?
Well, she's done more than one movie, so you'll have to be more specific. She did a terrible Alabama accent in Sweet Home Alabama, which, being from Tennessee, I figured she'd have done a better job.
Was it called Blonde something?
Oh, Legally Blonde. Oh, that's
Legally Blonde.
Yeah, I like that.
I probably get Clueless and Legally Blonde mixed up.
I could see how that could happen. I mean, you are elderly, so
Shut up.
dementia.
Blues going. Yeah, I remember those good old days.
That's it, Tusk. Alicia Silverstone. Thank you.
Yeah,
I try to farm my memory out to
Mm.
crowdsourcing nowadays, so
Yeah.
I don't have to remember anything.
Alicia Silverstone. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, that's probably who I'm getting mixed up with the wreath with a spoon.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
That's the two. Yeah, that's the. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up with the two people.
Well, I can.
Everybody be on their best behavior. Lucky's in the chat.
Look out.
Yeah.
Professor Phil's here. Hey, Phil, how you doing?
Oh. We're over in Blue's Discord, Phil, if you find us.
Yeah, there's the link to it if you want it, Phil. Yeah, no name, I can tell you this. These damn Tennessee people cannot emulate a proper Alabama accent. I found that out when I moved up here 30 years ago. There's two things
Not
they
at
can't.
all.
There's two things they are terrible at. One is trying to imitate an Alabama accent, and the second is play football. They're not worth a shit at either one of those.
I'd have to agree with that. Yeah.
I can only half agree because I don't relate to the football that much.
But they say strange things, or at least to me it sounded strange when I first moved here. I don't know, I hadn't been here all that long. I was working on building a fence actually in the backyard, and one of the guys I worked with says these words. Now, I don't care to come help you. And I had to think hard about that for a minute.
Yeah,
Because
I don't care to come and help.
if you say that, to me, he just said, I don't want to help you, right?
Yeah.
But that's not what they mean up here in this part of the country. In eastern Tennessee, when somebody says, now, I don't care to come help you, he's really saying, I don't mind helping you. It's really weird.
That'd be confusing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when people say I could care less.
Yeah.
Like, don't you mean I couldn't care less?
Exactly.
Yeah, I heard Americans do say a lot of double negatives and things like that in some.
You ain't heard no such a thing. Layers, that's just a pack of lies. Pack of lies, says I.
Yeah, Mr. Mallard. If you spent a summer in Anniston, Alabama, that was a miserable summer. I can assure you of that. What is that, Fort Rucker? No, wait a minute.
Say again, Blue, you
Fort
kind of got, it's like your voice got sped up for a second there.
Oh, did it? Well, I'll see what I can do about that.
Yeah, it's like it's getting compressed and then it's all coming out at once.
Huh.
Is what it sounds like. Is that a
Is that
thing?
a bad? It's not a bad thing, is it?
Well, no.
I don't know that that's even a thing with like that software that he uses. But when I used to work in telecommunications, that was generally like some kind of packet loss or compression issue. So I just didn't know if that was an audio thing.
I can
Mr.
talk fast. I can talk fast on purpose.
McClellan, that's it.
It's like talking with the flesh when you don't want to go over talk anyone. Unless you can talk at 100 miles a second, you don't get a word in sideways. Especially that Whitset one. I remember there on Gems a couple of days ago, yesterday, wasn't it? Somebody else was talking, and they were talking just like we talk. And he's, oh, you're talking too slow. Okay.
Mr. Malort says we we don't not say no double negatives. Yeah.
Carl's got, I don't not say nothing not right. Oh, you tried, Carl. You tried.
Hey, what's up, Hop?
I'm not going to learn to speak I can't even say it properly.
American. American. You got to put the emphasis on the mer. Like you're kind of coughing, like American. You know, like really. What do you hear? How you clear your throat? Say it like that. American.
I think that'll hurt me mouth trying to get that out.
Yeah, here's one of my favorite jokes. A college professor teaching English, giving a lecture to his class one day, and he says, well, you know, everyone knows what a double negative is. But the thing you should know about the English language is that there is no such thing as a double positive. There are not two words, positive words, that make a negative. And some kid in the back of the class says, yeah, right. Damn, heads beat me to it.
I can't tell you how old that joke is, man. But yeah, the punchline, the guy in the back goes, yeah, sure.
I love that joke.
Good old joke.
Yeah, it's a good one.
See who's
Wow, Coretta Scott King and 5 Medal of Honor winners in one night. That's a hell of a night.
Huh?
Oh, Hawkins in the chat. When he was at Fort Rucker. Oh, excuse me.
You mean Fort Rucker? Well, I'm not a resident, so. Yeah, Sean's only a baby. He's only 56.
I like that math, Chris Durham. 2 wrongs make a right, and 3 rights make a left. That checks out. trying to think of the most famous person who I've ever met was. I think it was Al Gore. He's real different in person. I mean, he sounds the exact same, but he had a beard and he seemed like a real person instead of like a wind up toy cardboard cutout of a man, you know, the way he was presented on television. So, much less wooden. Never could figure out how he got elected, just watching him on television because he seems like whatever the exact opposite of charismatic is. And but then it turns out that he was just running on his dad's thing. So
I have to ask, is that somebody mowing the lawn?
sounds like somebody's driving.
Sounds like somebody's mowing the lawn.
Oh yeah, I hear that now.
I hope they're mowing your lawn, Blue. Nice if your neighbour mows your lawn. Glad you're asking.
Dora, no, I have not done enough streaming because I didn't do any streaming last night. I was working. Yeah,
I
Mark. I
haven't done
mean,
enough
he
streaming.
was he was actually politicking. My dad was some kind of state delegate, and so he was politicking. He just, I guess we were like a captive audience. So I don't think he was really trying to wine and dine us too much. But I mean, he literally was politicking because he was running for president.
Al Gore. Didn't he have something to do with voting something in Florida one time?
Yeah, and some dangling chads,
Okay.
which chads just ruin everything. Everybody knows that. Danny Glover. Did you get him to sign your katana, Sean? Hads, yes. I think Al Gore wears a suit in bed.
Danny Glover, he's not the bloke out of one with Mel Gibson movie.
Lethal Weapon, yes.
Yeah.
He never got too old for that shit. That's the craziest part. He just kept going. I got infinite respect for Danny Glover.
It shows that I waved at Jerry Garcia sitting in traffic. Did he wave back? Oh, okay. And he waved back, showed me the missing finger to show it was not him. Oh, to show.
I bet you it meant to be show it was him, and it was just auto fail.
Show it was not him, yeah. English bad, good, speak, John?
Oh, Jinx. Or Jinx you.
Jinx you. Well, I just say Jinx you because that's the way it looks to me.
Yeah. I think the first time I interacted with Jinx you, I said something like, Jinx, you owe me a soda in a chat a couple of years ago. And he was like, you rang? And I knew it was fate. We had to be best friends. Because we share a sense of humor. And that's rare.
You got 30. What? You got 31 people watching paint dry.
Oh, they're being entertained in some form or fashion, or they wouldn't be here.
They get to
If I
listen
knew
to
any,
you.
And the,
if I knew any more. Sorry.
They get to listen to y'all.
Who?
You all.
oh,
Oh,
that's
me? Because that's two
I
different.
think
That's
Blue
two
is
different.
communicating directly to the robots in the chat.
When you say you and all, it's either me or everyone else.
Well, you all is a plural term. It's a very encompassing term. It can mean you. It can mean you all. I mean, it's so versatile if you think about it. Really, the uses are just endless.
You have to give me two examples. No name now.
I think I just did. I think I just gave you two examples. That just shows you the sheer variety of countless ways. I really one, two, many. That's just so many to count.
You can say you all going down the shop, and that's one I can think of.
Right, but I could be talking to you individually, or I could be talking to a group of people. It's like a mystery word. You don't know. It's like Smurf. Mean anything by it. Like aloha or roll tide.
Lawn care
Where I'm
guys.
from,
Lawn care guys out
what's
there,
that?
so I'm gonna stay on mute pretty much for a few minutes.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to mow your lawn.
It was the most boring game of Pong ever. Oh, damn it, Hog. You killed me. So, bud,
Sean's got to go.
uh,
Hey, you all got to be shitting me. There you go. And you all don't know the proper use of you all.
it's just one word. You don't have to give it two syllables. It's just y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. See, I told you were just a British redneck. You've been lying to me this whole time. You just got transplanted to Texas, didn't you? They just picked up a
Hey,
bunch of Brits and they dropped you
yeah,
off in Texas.
to be fair, Blue is learning Australian with a few things we say.
Yeah, it kind of rubs off on me sometimes. Like I find myself saying "good day, mate," just without thinking about it, but not with an Aussie accent or anything. It's not like a "good day, mate." I mean, I don't do that. I just find out I say "good day."
Yeah,
Thanks.
but
You've ruined it.
you got to put the mate at, you got to have g'day mate because it goes together.
Yeah, I'd probably get punched in the face if I said that around here.
Mm.
I don't know, maybe not punched, but I would be given some very funny looks. I live in I live in the sticks. I live in Alabama.
What do
They
you
wouldn't
say?
know what.
Hello?
Yeah, you say roll tide. That's both your goodbye and your hello. It's great. It's like aloha. It's even more versatile than y'all. ESPN made a great commercial featuring it. If you've never seen it before, it's pretty much a documentary about living in Alabama.
Don't you dare
They
say Melbourne
open the
FL to
door for
me, jinx you.
somebody. Roll tide.
I'm not into footy.
He's not into footy.
No, I'm not into
Oh,
that.
you're
So,
not.
no.
Oh, no. You don't have to. You don't have to follow football to to get
I,
what
I
I'm
don't.
talking about in the commercial.
I don't mind American football in a little bit of a way because I watch it for the plays and all that, like the
Yeah.
strategies, and I think that's interesting.
I mean, you sound like you watch it for the same reason a lot of people watch it. I also watch it for the cheerleaders, but that's just me. That's just this one guy. Dora, shame on you. Flattery will get you everywhere, young lady.
New Yorker with that accent.
Yeah. Blue is making the dot move.
Circles or the dot? The red dot? The red
I
dot
thought
is
he was
moving by
moving.
itself.
Oh, he's moving the circles.
Yeah, the circles get moved, but the red dot's moving by itself. Oh no, it's not. I wouldn't say by itself. I'd say it's influenced by a certain attractive force.
Force you drop it.
And Dora's going.
Derpity.
Yeah, but you should have. Yeah, but Dora, you didn't put it in capital letters. Oh, you did put it at the end bit. Yeah.
Gravity. You ever hear of gravity? Desert file is
It's the only
Who
time
doesn't
capital letters
file?
make sense in the side chat when it's actually quoting something or referring to something. Not when other people just type capital letters in the whole thing that they say.
Oh God, like what's his name from Jim Pandas? It's gonna come to me. It's gonna click any moment now.
You know how you help yourself remember?
How?
You grab your hand and with the ball of your palm, you lift it up and you aim it to the side of your head and you bang it.
Oh, like somebody's holding a gun to my head. Oh no, that would never work. I would just get killed.
No, you bang
I
your
have
head
these.
with the ball of your hand flat.
Oh, yeah. I thought that only worked on robots.
It gives your brain a shock and it might loosen the words up.
You know who I'm talking about, though, Terry. He misspells everything. I don't know if it's on purpose or if he's just legitimately.
Does he talk the same way?
No, he's got a real deep voice and he talks real fast sometimes, and he'll get real loud and he'll just say, "Show me a ball of spinning gravity in my kitchen." That guy. He just throws out this ridiculous asks for evidence for the globe.
I probably do know him. I think of his name either.
Cannot think of his
Give
name.
the side chat a bit of a if they know Jim Panda's channel. James True.
No, not Quantum Eraser. No, it's
Nah.
no. He literally misspells everything. He only types in all caps. He has a great voice. Like he could do like a late night talk show or voiceovers.
Has he got an accent? American?
Not much of one. It's an American. Yeah, it's a Midwestern. Maybe. I don't know. I associate it with the American.
Dallas
Midwest.
Day. I don't think it's Dallas Day.
No, Dallas. Dallas is. It's the commies. The commies are coming for with 100 water miles. No. No, that's not it.
And he's a flat earther type person.
Yeah, he's a flat earther. He's the one that always shouts things like shrink. He basically wants you to shrink down the mass of the planet Earth into his kitchen. to demonstrate gravity for him. I've never seen a globe. He'll say that shit, weird shit, just apropos of nothing. I've never seen a globe. Show me a globe. Like, okay, find your picture of a globe.
He hasn't got a high pitched voice like Brian Mabbitt.
No. It's not. Yeah, no, it's not high pitched. Like I said, he could do voiceovers.
Is that Dallas Dave?
No, they've guessed Dallas Dave. It's not Dallas Dave.
No, it's not Dallas.
Dallas Dave's got a high voice too, and he screams out stuff. That seems to be a good tactic. It's just a natural feature of a lot of these flat earthers. They've got that higher voice, and they can yell it out, screeching, and they can talk over people and yell at people.
Not this guy. I mean, he like I said, I know you've been in the room with me when I've had go rounds with him. Sometimes you can get him reasonable and he'll sound kind of philosophical, and then other times he just comes in hot, wants you to prove that, buddy, show me the globe, shrink it down, put it in my kitchen.
Even knowing what his avatar looked like would have helped. Because I go by people sometimes.
I didn't think about the avatar.
Yeah.
I'd have just as good a chance remembering his name.
Yeah.
I want to say it started with an M, like Moloch or something like that, but I could be wrong.
Oh, Moyoc. No, Moyoc's a...
No, not Moyoc,
He's
man. No, but it's something like that.
Okay.
I haven't seen Moyak in a few days. Wonder where he's been.
I've hung out with him on somebody's channel. Was it your Discord channel, Terry? Or was it Jim? Just a couple days ago. He was showing us his boat. That was him, right?
He was showing a boat.
He was working on a boat that I guess it's like a houseboat. Pretty nice.
Is that... It wasn't the bloke I asked, was it a fiberglass or a wooden hull boat?
Yeah, that's him. That was last week, wasn't it?
No, that was only a couple of days ago.
Well, that was last week. It was a couple of days ago. Maybe Saturday? I don't know. And remember, you're a day ahead of me, so. Oh, hold on. People in the chat are asking questions. Let's see. Does he write stuff in multiple colors?
What do they want?
No,
No.
no, it's not the Morgile. Definitely not the Morgile.
Nah. Does he write stuff in multiple colours?
I don't think I've ever seen him write things in multiple colors. He just misspells everything. It's just, it's all caps and no punctuation, just run-on sentences that don't make any sense. I hate to sound like a grammar nonce.
I'm going down through the members list. See if that'll
Well,
help.
I know he's a member over at Jim's. Let me see if I'm still.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I am now. And the name.
But people change their damn name all the time.
Not Mars Mushrooms.
Yeah, I want them to stop
I'm
doing
saying.
that too. I can't keep track of who the hell's in there.
Where?
They're constantly changing their damn
What?
names.
See if there's any other names I remember.
You know how Lumen will change his name every other day. I want to say he does the same thing. But you always know it's him after a minute because his typing style is very unique. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's a good game to play with the peanuts out there.
Guess the flirt.
Yeah, guess the flirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Be No Name's memory.
You think
I'm
it
bringing
starts
you
with an M,
all.
but you might not be right. Okay.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty helpful, isn't it? Yeah, he's the guy from the thing. He did the stuff. You know that guy. Yeah.
No, there's no more
I'm,
that
I'm
guy.
scrolling. I'm scrolling through the list.
Oh, not
and,
John Bernard's. Not John Bernard's.
Oh, no. He's like
No.
Icelandic or something, isn't he?
Yeah. No, he's not American.
Yeah, this guy's American. Like I said, he sounds like a late night DJ, but he types like an insane person with dyslexia. Like, I'm insane and dyslexic. Oh man, what a double whammy. Super spinning monkey ball. That's great.
Pardon me while I adjust my balls.
Moist mayonnaise. I'm usually Dr. Jeremy Ducksuit over in Jim's.
Duck suit.
For a while, I was Skip James in there too. Forgot about that. Skip James.
Yeah, what's happened to him?
Oh, we had that conversation earlier. We don't know. He just disappeared. The last thing he posted was back in like April of 2020.
No, I've gone down the list. Nothing rings a bell.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what he's changed his name to. Again, it's one of those things where in voice, you would immediately know who I'm talking about. But in chat, it would take a minute for you to realize that you're speaking to someone who's an insane.
Well, next time I'm there, next time you're there, and he's there, you'll say, that guy.
That guy! Did I ever tell you about the time that I was trying all day to remember Patrick Stewart's name.
Right.
Couldn't for the life of me remember his name.
What, Picard or
And
Patrick
it seemed
Stewart?
like, no, Patrick Stewart. Like, I could remember
Right.
Jean-Luc Picard, not a problem.
Right.
Patrick Stewart was just like, it was on the tip of my tongue, and I just, no matter what I did, I couldn't get it out. Woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, scared my ex-wife half to death, when I shot up out of bed and screamed, Patrick Stewart! And then once she calmed down, she asked me the funniest question. It was like, "Man, what kind of dream were you having about Patrick Stewart?"
Oh, how was C4 tonight in me side chat? When I told him.
What's that?
C4. You know C4.
Yeah. What did you?
Yeah.
I know I missed the part about what you said about him.
Well, he's trying to do the flirter thing for a couple.
Oh, yeah,
of weeks. for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
now, yeah. And he tried to do it in the side chat, and I pulled him up on it. And he goes, "Oh, you can't blame me for trying or something or whatever."
Oh, I just like joking around about it. I mean, if they don't get the joke by now, then they're Gary Wipanga, right? And if they do get the joke, then they're not really a flat earther and they're just a Poe, which I think is pretty much the rest of them. Well, flat earthopsy Jesus, you get crazy people too, but then the rest are just Poes, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he still says good day to me. I got no qualms with him.
dude,
Like, I
Ross?
find it, yeah, Ross, yeah. He's okay in other ways, but when he wants to be silly and talk stuff, well, that's where I go, yeah, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, but I
I've
mean,
been going to
he's
that.
off his rocker a little bit, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's not all there.
Yeah.
So, I feel bad about, like, picking on him back in the day, because I didn't realize he was nuts.
I go in Brandon's and try to say stuff, but either they don't realise that I'm not a flirter, or I don't know. I got no idea. Because I say good day to Bandy and that in
They're
there.
not really confrontational, so I don't know why they would have a problem with you.
Well, they tried to give me an interview one time. I don't know if it was in Brandon's or in Bev's. Might have been in Bev's one. That one he's got called, got it here somewhere. Shit, what's it called again?
Terry, you and I should do a show together called Help Us Remember That Thing. Because we both seem to end so many sentences with, what's that thing called? Well, guess the word that we're trying to say. That's it. Fish for words.
Oh, I hate getting
My
blank.
mom has aphasia. She had a stroke, and so she'll try to say, will you hand me the sugar? And she'll say, will you hand me the chair? I'd be like, what? She'd be like, I just wanted to say chair. If I didn't say chair, I wouldn't be able to say a word. I was like, oh, wow. I get that. I get that. That's scary, because I get that. 100%.
I'll do it on purpose. I'll do it on purpose if the word don't come out properly what it is, and I'll just say another word that means similar to what I was saying. I do it on purpose.
Yeah. It's not on purpose with her. She's got 4 sons and a daughter, and when she's mad at you and she can't remember your name, she'll get all flustered. She'll start at the top and work her way down. Oh.
My
But I do
grand,
that with names. Terrible with them.
You know I can't find that Discord anymore. That's weird.
What were you saying about your grandmother, Blue? I think we all started talking at the same time.
no, my
Yeah.
grandmother did the same thing. She'd just go through the whole damn list. Sometimes the dogs' names would make it in there before mine did.
Oh, that's low. See, I was
Yeah,
second.
that's-
I was second born, so I was easy to find in the Rolodex of children. She saddled me with 3 first names, so when she get mad, she yell them all out.
Yeah.
Damn it! That's a lot of syllables. That's a lot of syllables. You know she mad.
Yeah, that Bill Cosby skit was fairly accurate too. I was very confused growing up. I wasn't sure if my name was
Yeah.
Jesus Christ or God damn it.
Yeah, that one struck close to home.
Yeah, I think we all had that experience.
I think it's next level, isn't it? Because I can see Blue's name, see Alan's name, me. Yeah, I think it's that one.
What you talking about?
The Discord, I found it. It's called Next Level.
Oh,
Oh,
is
the
that
point.
Brandon?
The point. No, that's Bev.
Oh, level. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I went into there and there was a few people in there trying to give me the third degree with questions, but I just calmly was myself answering them. And if I wasn't too 100% sure of the answer, which is being honest, I say I'm not sure of that.
There was one I got invited to a little while back, and I poked my head in for a minute and realized it was just another flat Earth hangout, 3D space or something.
3D space, yeah, I think I got that one too, somewhere. Yeah, I've got to have
Yeah,
all
that's-
these. I've got to have all these. It's just because I do. Because it gives me good practice to listen to what their arguments are and everything. 'Cause, yeah, I might not
Well, I can
remember
save you.
everything.
I can save you some time. They pretty much can be summed up as I don't get it or nuh-uh. Sometimes they can weave them together into a I don't get it, therefore nuh-uh. So, there's that. There are different permutations. But
Oh,
pretty
who's
much
that
what
one? What's his name? The one that says burden of proof and is it percentage or the other one? He always says stuff, and then when you say something back, and then he goes, "It's your burden of proof because that's what you said, so you've got to show me the proof of what you said." Your burden of proof or something. Percentage? Or is it? Yeah, someone else. He talks in a monotone type voice, I think. That's percentage.
Oh, that's definitely percentage. Yeah.
And he says you get triggered or you get emotional or whatever it is because your voice changes, and compared to him, his voice is not changing. Yeah, you always know you're in trouble when your mum uses your full name. Yeah, that's it. Well, look at me getting you, your and your, right. Okay, Green Funnel said there's a video of Cleary, I think Sean Hawkins was covering. There was a Discord called Open Something. They invited everyone and loads of ballers turned up, so the flirts are moving to a new one. Oh, that's funny. They won't invite so many people next time. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to make one more cuppa and then I'll head off.
Well, that's about as exciting as it's going to get right there. The red dot went way off down on the other end.
Well, that was the most exciting part of the video. Then,
Yeah,
you reckon?
exactly. Thrilling, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You should you should edit in some clips of, things like 1.28 gigawatts, or the oscillator overthrust, like clips of scientists getting all excited in movies, and then it just shows the little red dot moving. It's like, gotta have some hype.
With the
The build up.
with the William Tell overture playing in the background.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cut in the scenes from V. That's what he played in V for Vendetta when he was blowing everything up, right?
Yeah.
Or we could throw in jokes like to say what one little blue ball of blues say to the other big. Oh shit! I can't get the word out now. I had a joke there, and I can't get the words out. What did one little blues ball? I'm trying to put blue in it as well. One of Blue's little balls say to one of Blue's big balls. Are we there yet?
Oh no.
I don't know. I got the punchline, but the delivery wasn't too good.
So that should be about it on the top end. Seems to be. So that's pretty cool. The period, the oscillation period doesn't change. It just shifts position. And you see this happen over and over again through all the data. Works just like a damn pendulum.
And the amazing thing is, Blue, your tracking software is going to show something very similar.
Yeah, the tracking software is going to make some really pretty pictures, I think. We'll know later in the afternoon. Yeah, you guys in the chat, Dora, No Name, everybody, yeah, that's exactly right. That's the whole idea of a torsion balance. You got to take Earth's gravity out of the picture.
And I just invented a new term called womansplaining, where a woman condescends to a man by womansplaining it better. Right? That's sexist. And I like it. Womansplain some more to me, Dora. Womansplain. Oh, Oh, I wish flat earthers were right and gravity didn't exist. Then my spine wouldn't have all this pressure on it caused by gravity. Maybe that's what I should do. I should go live on the ISS.
That's a good
Think
one
I
for
could start
Sean.
like a crowdfunding thing,
I don't know if they do this experiment on the moon. Imagine trying to the cost of getting the lead balls up there.
right? I would think you would want to make that out of regolith, locally sourced regolith. You probably want to 3D print. Yeah, probably would. You wouldn't want to carry that with you.
And all the additional mechanisms that you have to attach to it, so it's not moving around in free space because of the less gravity.
Oh, damn it. That's funny. Makes me think of that joke about a couple of penguins are driving cross country. Because in my jokes, penguins drive cars. And their car breaks down in this small town. And, they've got like a drop in freezer where they keep the ice cream cones. And so one of the penguins leaves while the other is talking to the mechanic. And the penguin that is gone, he goes and gets him some ice cream, and he kind of ducks his head into the cooler to get it out with his beak. And some of the ice cream gets all over his beak. When he comes back, he's still got the ice cream on his beak. And the mechanic looks up at him and says, "Looks like you blew a seal." And the guy's like, "No, man, it's just ice cream, I swear." I'm sorry. It cracks me up every time I tell it. That's why I tell it.
Would the gravitational pull of the masses be different? Mm, what for the Cavendish? No, because the masses don't change. The mass for the big ball and the little ball is independent because they got their own mass.
Yeah, but are you really wiggling gravity? I mean, really, what's your independent variable there, monkey
Oh, the
boy?
bloody independent variable. Jeez, I hate that when they spout that shit. Jeez, they probably wouldn't even know how to go and boil I was trying to get it out. Trying to say, well, what if you go and boil a pot of water on your stove? What's your independent variable?
Which stove top, which range, which I'm using. I like to change it up. I like to vary it from time to time. Keeps it from getting stale. I mean, who
Yeah,
wants to use the same burner
well,
all the time,
the
right?
theory is if you're doing the theory of it for the experiment, if I heat water up, will it boil?
Is there an egg in it?
Oh shit, I forgot the egg.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, without the egg, how could we know?
Okay. Gotta do the egg.
You got to think these things through rationally, Terry. I mean, really, what's your salt to water to egg ratio in cubits? Are you using an official parts per million reader? I mean, these are important questions to ask.
It's got numbers on it, but I don't know what they mean.
Well, as long as it has numbers on it, that makes it science.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to know. That's why God invented the computer. Why, if God wanted man to remember things and do his own thinking, he wouldn't have invented the computer, now would he?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
Welcome back.
you missed out on all the fun. We're just trying to work out how to boil water.
And how much salt and egg is required to make it scientific.
Yeah, we generally salt our eggs after we cook them.
Can't argue with that.
You can't?
No, that's a rock solid argument. They do, we do too. I normally put salt on my egg apple.
Oh, we've got to record the data.
That's absolutely true, Mark.
Oh, that's for chumps.
Got to
That's
record
for
data.
suckers.
Got to record data. Come on. Absolutely got to.
I still can't wrap my head around this experiment somebody wants to do with sticks and shadows over in Gems. Is that Jeremy that wants to do that? Wants to work out the time it takes, well, for us, yeah, it's the Earth's rotation, but for the sun, from one location to the next, and record the time.
Wants to work out.
Sundial.
He's trying to work out the
How
speed
they work.
of the subsolar point.
One?
The speed of the subsolar point at the solstices.
Oh, is that what he wants to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does he expect them to be?
He hasn't really said it, I don't think. Was it going to speed up and slow down or something?
Sorry, I was eating, so now. If the Earth is round, then the speed of the subsolar point at the southern solstice would have to be faster than the speed of the subsolar point at the northern solstice. And he's right. Now, I don't know if he's just being a complete dumbass and not realizing that that's absolutely going to show that the Earth is not flat or what, but that's what's going to happen. Of course, you don't have to do all the horse shit that he's trying to find actual people and measure actual distances somehow or the other, I guess by driving cars between one city and another or whatever. You don't need to do any of that. You can do this thing he's talking about with Google Earth and timeanddate.com. That's all you need.
But we all know that's a flat Earth map, so I mean, how's that going to work?
That proves flat Earth. Google Earth.
They have to put the curve in there when you zoom out, you see. Oh man.
So why did they didn't pick up on the orthographic elevation section of Google Earth Pro ages ago when it came out? I don't know why they took them so long for that one.
Because we don't live on an orthographic view, Terry. I mean, come on. That's just a cartoon. It doesn't really represent reality. Because we
Had says, how will he work out the distance between locations? Well, that's one of the stumbling blocks that Jeremy throws in there, which is they've got to go out and physically measure it, I guess, with I don't know how they're going to do it. Trust the odometer in the car or something or the other. Which is just stupid.
That's a really good way to do it.
How many
Really good way to do it.
how many friggin' times have we confirmed that Google Earth is accurate to the foot, for crying out loud?
well, they've had 4 resets since then, so they have to go and establish it for themselves. Which they'll never get around to actually doing. And I mean, using timeanddate.com and a stick and a sunny day, you can determine the shape of the Earth any old day of the year. You don't have to wait for a solstice.
That's true.
There's no way. There's no way to simulate those predictions and observations on a flat Earth. There's no way.
Next time I speak to Jeremy over there and he brings up the experiment, I'll ask him, do you want to borrow one of my sundials from down here? See what he says.
Yeah. Oh, your sundial is defective. I like those digital ones.
Yeah, the one
Sheepy
was gonna make me one of them. Yeah, digital sundial.
Yeah. He's gonna make me a Nobel Prize too, and he hasn't yet. The bum. I guess it's true about what they say about Kiwi.
Yeah, we've got plans for the channel to have presents and not merch. I don't want to go down that road, but have something like some cups and maybe a sundial, the digital sundial, and stuff like that.
That would be cool.
Just trying to work out a way of having it like competition or something,
Ooh, you could encourage people to create sock accounts and give awards for the most sock accounts.
Speaking of sock accounts, I heard somebody's sock account didn't get deleted because I've dropped a sub and it's gone to $4.99. So I've got to get on the good side of 500 before I can do me 500 special.
Come on, people. I know there's somebody out there that isn't subbed to Terry.
That's what I was going to say. Anybody out in the Peanut Gallery want to sub to me?
He's a tyrant, but he's fair.
Oh, yeah, but we're on Blue's channel, so we have to ask Blue first to get permission.
Sure, absolutely. Do whatever you like.
I'll put me thingo out in the whatever. What do you call it?
The doodly doo?
What do? You just copy the URL. Oh, 501. It's gone back to 501. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we've got to get on the good side of 500.
Maybe somebody's sock account's subscribed.
So where am I? Right, tab. I've still got tabs open. Someone sent me a digital sundial. Did they? Sure. Oh, cool. Paste. Oh, I didn't type that word right. I spell it right, don't I?
I heard somebody over, I think it was in Jose's the other day, say that they were a convex earther. And unfortunately, I was not able to pin them down on exactly what they meant by that.
Clive said all that. No, it doesn't work that way, Clive. Yeah, I know there's a half a dozen people in here that already subbed. We might, how many you got watching? 25. If I can steal a few subs, that'd be cool. Yeah, Sean, you drop a lot of videos in me shill the shit over on mine. When's the last one you dropped? No, no, no. How far back? Yeah, here we go. What's this one? Awesomeness or something. I've got no idea what it is.
You got a 3D printer?
Oh, it goes to 23. Oh, it's a laser cutter. What was that, Blue?
Sean Hawkins got a 3D printer. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was wondering what it was. I seen the thumbnail for it and I went, what the is that thing? I made the first print from it yesterday after I set it up and it's nearly perfect. What's the material thickness and material? Well, I know I can do thin steel and wood, but there's usually a thickness limitation. And you have a 3D printer. Oh, cool. Oh, I thought it was a laser cutter. 3D printer.
3D printer, not a laser cutter.
Oh, I was thinking it was a laser cutter at first. Disregard my questions. Right. Is they gone down in price over the years from when I first remember them coming out, 5, 6 grand or whatever, 7 grand?
Oh yeah, I remember when DVD players, VCRs were like that. CD players and shit. $1,200 for a DVD player. Now you can get them for $19.99. $20. Same with thumb drives. Jesus, man, I keep seeing thumb drives for nothing. 32 gigabyte hard drive, $5. What? Thumb drive.
And to me, it only feels like yesterday with the CRT TVs, and when the first LCD TVs coming out, the crossover point there, and I went, you think back to then, and it's like it's a while back now, but it's not that long ago in the years. You think it's since year 2000 till now, changed. I've still got a CRT TV out in the garage, 50. I think it's a 50 centimetre one. I think it is. I think it's 50 centimetre.
Yeah, shout out Sir Mingus in the
I don't know what
chat.
that
Thanks,
means
man.
roughly in cubits. Oh, sorry.
Try again, Blue.
I was just shouting out Sir Mingus in the chat. You're a blue guy now. So, all
You
fixed
said
up.
I see the bottom is flat. Like, yeah, sorry, I let myself out. Like the channel Blue. Okay, the prints that fit within the volume of 8.7, is that inches?
It's inches.
It'd have to be inches, wouldn't it?
Yep.
So 8 inches. So that's, oh shit, do I have to get me a ruler? I've got a ruler here somewhere. What'd I do with it?
It's about
Just for
20,
me, you American.
20 by 20 by
You
25.
You're gonna tell me. Okay. And you had to go and do that while I was looking for the ruler. Because it's very hard to get hold of rulers nowadays. They've got inches and centimetres on them.
Something like, whoa. Something like 22 by 22 by 25 centimeters.
Okay. So 8 inches is exactly 24, 23, 23 and a half
No, it didn't.
centimetres. Well, that's what it's got here on my ruler.
No, your ruler's wrong.
8 inches. I know it's 8.7, but what's 0.7?
.54 centimeters per inch. 2.54 times
So
8.
I'm comparing a centimetre ruler lined up with an inch ruler, and 8 inches comes to
20.3.
yeah 20.3. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had that. A scale ruler. I should show that to a flurfer.
we don't live on a model.
Comes in handy, them rulers, the scale ones.
They say the dumbest shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Imperial is just so last year. Metric just makes everything so much easier. Everything from weights to
Except when you're
pressure.
trying to convert.
Metric is good for short measurements.
Blame the British. They're the ones that thought of it, not us.
Yeah, I got confused. I was in 5th class and I was sick, and I was just on the cusp of learning getting the good stuff of the imperial system, and then we changed over to the metric system, and then I missed out on the fundamentals of the metric system to start off that, which was important. So I got really screwed. So there's bits of imperial that I never learnt properly, and there's bits of metric that I never really picked up on at first.
Yeah, my math education is admittedly spotty.
How did I take perspective into account?
Optics.
20, 20.32 centimeters per mile squared. Jesus.
Oh, is that the metric variation of the mile squared? Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 8 inches, 20.32. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to try to remember that next time when they say the 8 inches.
The math is correct, but the concept is just wrong. So wrong. On so many different levels. That is correct, Peter G. There's not just
There are
one
multiple
metric system.
metric systems. Yeah, I've been
And
reading that.
when I was in school, you better damn well make sure you say specifically whether you're talking about MKS or CGS or what you're talking about, because there's more than one metric system.
Wait, there's more than one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got me beat on that
How do
one.
you have more than how do you have more than one way to divide by 10?
Well, it can be in meters, kilograms, and seconds, or it can be in centimeters, grams, and seconds. There's two.
Huh.
Yeah, they're officially referred to as the MKS or CGS systems. I'm not sure if there are more than that, but there's at least that two.
I am intrigued. I'm gonna look into this.
We had to learn all
I
this
didn't
stuff
realize it was.
50 years ago when I was in college. We had to learn all this stuff backwards and forwards because in engineering, I mean, half the time you're in the metric system.
Yeah, I know when you go to the hardware place and you get a bit of 4x2. I still say 4x2. You know, in that way.
Oh, yeah, we call them a 2x4, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But just as a title for it, you know. Yeah, give me that bit of wood, bit of 4x2.
I don't really want a 4x2, but something similar.
Yeah, something close to it, yeah. Something.
Yeah. It's like here in Alabama, everything is a Coke, right?
Okay.
So if you want a soda or a cold drink or whatever you call it, we just refer to it as a Coke. Do you want a Coke?
It could be lemonade, it could be Fanta, it could be.
It's probably gonna be a soda of some kind, like a soft drink. Yeah, it could be a
soft drink.
Sprite. Yeah. It could be a Mountain Dew. It could be a Pepsi. But generically speaking, we call them all a Coke.
And you know how dumb that is.
That would require self-awareness. That's something that's generally lacking in my area.
Yeah, because Coke's a brand name and Cola's the drink.
Right. I mean, I know how dumb it sounds. I was just pointing out to you that around here, our version of what you just said is calling everything a Coke. So I get it.
And soda, isn't soda a specific type of soft drink, or not soft drink. You got a soda stream. I think so. I think soda's just water with aerated or whatever the gas they put in it.
Carbonated.
Carbonated, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, generically speaking, that is a soda. It's also soda water, which is just carbonated water. But it's also slang for a carbonated beverage of any kind. So like a soda pop or a soda is just.
So if I say I want a soda, but I don't want a Coke.
Right, like down here in the South, you'd say, "I'd like a Coke," and they'll ask you what flavor. Right.
Soda.
So, yeah. Well, no, they wouldn't know what you're talking about if you said, "I want a soda." Right. But if you said, "I want a Coke," they'd ask you what flavor. And on the menu, there might be Sprite, Mountain Dew, whatever. But you start off with Coke. That's your family of drink. You know, it's not sweet tea, it's not unsweet tea, it's not alcohol, it's not beer, it's not water. It's nebulous, bubbly, sweet concoction.
How about if I just say, can I have a liquid?
A liquid. They might pee it. You might get allegedly Dave as your waiter. You do not want that.
No.
Oh, have you seen Bob's critique of Level, the bit with allegedly Dave in it? If you haven't, I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
It's
I
pretty
probably
good.
missed that. I miss a lot of videos because I don't get to watch them all.
Oh yeah, there's not enough time in the day. Well, fellas, I think I'm going to drift on off to Betty Bye. Y'all have a great day.
That's what I'm off to too. It's 3:15 here, and I got to get up in the morning.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
I did say I was making a coffee, and then I was going. Going to leave Blue here all by himself, all lonesome.
to watch
Well,
the
that's
red
okay.
dot wobble.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We'll
The peanut gallery
struggle
will
by.
peanut gallery will keep you
Yeah,
entertained.
yeah, absolutely. We'll get good peanut galleries. Let me see how many frames we got left to shoot here.
Uh-huh.
So I got 116 to go at 3 per minute.
If it wasn't so late, I'd hang out.
About another 40 minutes or so, and it'll be finished, or as finished as it's going to get for today. And then I think I'll put the weights back in the neutral position. Let it settle down overnight, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Well, thanks for having me, Blue.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, thanks for letting us hang
Fun
out.
hanging out with you.
Judy Bassett,
Yeah.
shout out to Judy
And
for
Pete- the
eight euros. Thank you, ma'am.
Woo!
Oh, I don't care to super chat to Blue. There you go.
Nice callback. You.
I
Well,
saw.
y'all have a good one, guys. Take care.
Yeah, I see you know, name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you did
Yeah,
there,
I'm going
Judy.
to you, Blue. Okay, catch you, man. Later, guys.
Okay, Terry. See ya. Yeah, Judy, I see what you did there. That's funny. G Hammer, you're absolutely right. People did go absolutely crazy over Y2K. I mean, there were people seriously friggin' worried about that. Probably the biggest non-event in history. Midnight came and went, nothing happened. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Royal Kenny. The gram is the unit. But I suppose you could look at it the other way too and say the kilogram's a unit. The gram's just a thousandth of it. If you say the gram's the unit, then why not say the milligram's the unit? Yeah, G Hammer. Massive, massive anticlimax. Completely. People were acting all crazy about it. Now let's see, 173.5 at 119. Actually, maybe down just a touch. Call it 173. I'm just taking a few manual readings too while I'm at it. Why not? I do think I'll just put it back to neutral when the time lapse is finished. Well, let's see what else is happening over in the chat. Hey, 26 people watching. Thanks for showing up, everybody. See Peter G, Carl, Clive, Hads, Royal Kenny, G Hammer. Who else we got out there? Varun's out there. Of course, Judy's there. If I've missed anybody, I really apologize. I know I said Clive's name before. Sean Hawkins. Mark Schwetter, I think that's how you pronounce it, Mark. Let's look back up here and see if I see anybody that I don't think I've talked to so far. Fudd Mutton was in there. Yeah, Carl, thanks. It's been fun. I'm gonna do these sort of daily, I think. And that way everything can be properly documented and preserved for posterity. And it serves as a good pattern to show people that will ultimately end up using this thing what they need to do or what they can do. At least my suggestion about how to operate it. That's part of the problem with one of these things where you're actually building your own test equipment. That's essentially what it is. There isn't another one around like it, so nobody has the damn instruction book. You got to figure out how to make it work yourself. Well, I hope you're right, Carl. I hope it is remembered for a long time. I hope we've all learned through this experience that we've had, and it really has been. I feel like all you guys have been here with me throughout this, and you've seen the good days and the bad days. Mostly good, though. Once in a while a computer blows up or something goes wrong, but for the most part it's been pretty smooth, I think. Fairly happy. I would do it again. So you guys run by your local college and tell the physics department that you know exactly where they could buy a ridiculously overpriced Cavendish experiment, custom made to order. Carl, that's great. I really thank you for sharing that with me. I hope it does have an impact on younger people. Uh, if nothing else, maybe it gives them an idea of what science really is about and what people really do on a daily basis. There's absolutely no way to tell how many guys and girls are sitting around labs right now doing the same kind of stuff we're sitting here doing. This is how the science world really works. You don't just hop up one morning and say, I think I'll go buy some stuff at the local big box store and do a really good experiment. No, you won't. Any experiment takes a lot of preparation, a lot of effort. Whoops. Eggs are done. What is that? 220, 227 and a half. Can't be. Yeah, can be. I think that oscillation wobbles around a little bit. Just looking at the data, all I've got to look at is just these peaks here, but it looks like it may have wobbled a bit. Sometimes it does that. We'll know more when I run that video through that time lapse through Tracker. I'll try to get a screenshot of that and stick it up in the comments, or let me think how I can do that. Maybe I'll put it in the community section. I think I can stick it in there, so you guys can see what we did today. Yeah, that'd probably be a pretty nice way of doing it. So for anybody wondering what's going on, we are watching the slowest game of Pong ever played. Well, let's see, room. Those divisions on that scale are 1/20th of an inch. So if you go back and replay the video and look at the scale itself, kind of figured out it's sitting at about 2.5 divisions, 2.5 20ths of an inch or positive right now. Yeah, this is a funny oscillation. It's wiggling around a little bit. Okay, I just did a couple of quick calculations. Vroom. Looks like probably around 7 millimeters. That's about how far it's moving. The total swing that it's going through right now is more than that. What would that be? $170 to $230. That's about 60 divided by 5. So it's about, I don't know, 11 or 12 millimeters is the total amount of swing you'll see. It's not a lot of movement. But that's very consistent with what Cavendish had going on with his combination of torsion wire, He was measuring numbers like 6 of those scale divisions. The angle it's moving through is very slight. Let's see, what would the angle be? Let me see if I wrote down this last reading 169. I didn't write it down again. Seven-tenths of a degree or something like that is about how much it's moving. Oh, let's see here, 223 and a half. So using those last three extreme points, we would have a resting position of about 197.25 millimeters, and it was 230 the other direction. 230 minus 197.25. It's 32.75. That's going to be very, very close to 6.67. Amazingly. No, not amazingly. That's what it's supposed to do. Blue did. Blue did what, Judy? What did I do? Oh, I don't have my spreadsheet out here, and I'm not going to do this by hand. Let me walk inside for just a second, and I'll come back with an exact number. 32.75 millimeters. So just on the rough basis of that, those quick grab numbers, we would have 6.60 times 10 to the minus 11th. Oh, making ball jokes, yeah, well, everybody's been making ball jokes, so I just joined in. Hello, Neurosis. Good to see you. Hello to Germany. That's where Kelvin and Rankin come in, huh, Clive? Oh, Neurosis Melvin, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. It's really great to have some company when you're out here doing these things. Even though my wife thinks I just sit out here and talk to myself. That's okay. Oh, it's getting bad now, Mark. I see what you did there. Don't encourage him, Clive. He'll just do it again. I love reading these chats. You guys are hilarious. Just got a little closer to 6.67 on that last oscillation. So you got to go, Carl. Thanks for showing up, buddy. I really appreciate it. You're always welcome. All you guys are. Anytime. I don't think we've got a lot of frames left to shoot either. Let's see. And I'm right. I only got 3 frames left to shoot. So this worked out just fine, I think. We got just a little bit past that extreme, which is good. That means we got good usable data on that last few frames of the time lapse. I hate it when you get within just very close and you run out of frames. So let's see when this thing stops, if I can convince the camera to make me make a time lapse. That should have been the last shot right there. Yeah, that was it. So the camera's now generating a time lapse, which will run 30 seconds or so probably. Maybe more than that. So I'll take this back to the office, download it to the other machine, and shove it through Tracker, and we'll see what we got. And we're done. Let me play it on my camera. I know you guys can't see this, but I can. Yeah, it looks good. That's very good, usable data. So I think we can probably do something with that. So shut the camera off. I'll take the AC power adapter out of it. And that's going to be about it for today's fun. Now I'll go do a little bit of work. Well, thanks again to everybody for looking in on me. I'll be setting these things up like I did today, and just so you'll know what time the stream's going to be. But I think that starting time works pretty good for me. It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Started at 10 this morning, so that's about a 4-hour, almost exactly a 4-hour stream. And that's about enough. Hey, Tusk, you finally got your fishing rod, huh? Yeah. Well, 3 hours late's better than never, I suppose. Room, catch you on the next one. Clive, see you, buddy. Earl, Kenny, Peter G, everybody in the chat. Judy, thanks so much. Again, thanks for that super chat. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.